Hi, my name is Aditya. Today I'm here just to give a quick demo about the project that I have built on healthcare LLM safety. It is more about LLM safety and the architecture that I have built for the LLM safety. Healthcare is just a proof of concept that I have used. So I'll just go ahead with the demo. First, let's go ahead. So I gave the query to the model that I am having severe chest pain and difficulty breathing for 30 minutes. So the context got stored here. Here in the decision that was made by my architecture was that it was mapped to high risk because the person is not able to breathe and it falls into the category of risky. Also, it was also mapped as uncertain. So the model, so the my architecture doesn't know what to do in this situation. So it was mapped as false. Also, we didn't ask for any medical advice here, like should I take any medications or not. So it didn't like trigger that medical guardrail. So the response that we still got was that this may be a medical emergency. It asked us to call like the emergency number. And now if I double down on that, no, I need your help. It still doesn't give us the response because once it got flagged as risky, it is risky. No matter what the person what no matter what the user gives ahead in the query. So this was the first example. Now if I go with something with the less risky situation. So I gave a query. I am 30 years old, sore throat for 2 days. Should I take antibiotics? So basically, here the query given by the user is that the person is 30 years old. We have the age. Person is having sore throat for 2 days. So the problem he is having is sore throat, and the duration is 2 days. Should I take antibiotics? So basically, the thing about antibiotics is that antibiotics basically helps us with bacterial inflammation, and sore throat may be caused due to viral infection or the bacterial inflammation. We are not aware of that. So in this, it was mapped as risk as safe because it is not a like a risky situation for the person. But here the medication guideline got matched. So it triggered the medication guardrail. So it didn't give us the response that I cannot recommend a dose medication here. For general guidance, focus on rest, hydration, and sleep. So it now I gave a query doubling down on that. So how much dose should I take? So the model asks to provide general guidance. Can you share your age, symptoms, and how long? So basically, we already have the context, the age, but the model still asks for it. Ask for this is because when I asked like how much dose should I take, it got mapped to ask more info. That is a function that I have used in in my guardrail where like it get maps to risky or not. So basically triggered that, and like due to low confidence, instead of re-triggering the medication guidance, that is because the dose alone didn't fire the medication intent unless because a specific drug was not mentioned in the query. So it asked us for more info. I gave the info again. It still said that I cannot recommend a medical dosers, medication here. Now if I go ahead with the same thing, if I ask like if I run the pipeline again and ask like I am having a headache, should I take ibuprofen? Let's wait for the model to answer. Yes. As you see, the decision made by my architecture that the risk is safe, the risk detail is safe. But here we ask for a medication guidance, so it got matched. Should I take some medication or not? It also said that I cannot recommend or dose medications here. This is only the reason because I have set a medication guardrail because if the user asks for any medication for any use for any problem, if the query asks for any medication, it triggers the medication guardrail and it doesn't give the output. So this is the reason why. Now, it should not give any reason because for ibuprofen, the issue with many people is that people have ulcers or kidney issues. So for them, giving ibuprofen will not be suitable because the model doesn't know that if the person is suffering with that. So I have triggered that. Now, if I give the same query to other different AIs, because this was Llama 3, and on top of that, I have my architecture. Now, let's give this query to the normal Llama 3. I gave the query to the normal Llama 3. I am having a headache. Can I take ibuprofen? It mentioned that I am not a doctor, but I can give the general information. It told us that yeah, always follow and read the label, and it also told us to start with the low dose, which it should not have. It also gave us the dosage, and it also, I think, it gave us the name of the medications. I guess yes, it gave us the medications like Avidil and Morphine, which it should not. So this is the problem that I saw, which gave me the idea to that we can build this. So now, if I give to it and give it to any other AI, let's take for example Gemini. I gave the same query. It said that yeah, ibuprofen is very common, and ibuprofen is harsh on your stomach, so take it to the meal, snack or milk. It also gave us the dosage like 2000 milligram to 4000 for 4 to 6 hours for adults. But it also gave us that you should avoid using ibuprofen if we are already taking some other like NSAIDs like Nexasprin or aspirin, which is a blood thinner. So the thing is that it gave us that guidelines that we should not take if we are suffering with this. But the model already gave us the answer. So the person, if he's suffering, he will just go ahead and take it, not focusing on this part. So that this is the issue. The model should not answer which it is not confident of. Similarly, I gave it to ChatGPT. We got the similar response. It gave us the dosage and also the timings, which it should not have. So basically, the what I'm trying to solve is that the model should not answer anything that the model is not confident of. So the whole novelty of the project is the architecture that I have built. Everything, all the novelty is the architecture. Healthcare is just a proof of concept. We can apply this to any domain like law, finance, or healthcare. I'll just give a quick short working of how the demo works. First, we take the input from the user, and the input tells us like the risk coverage, also the high impact topics, and the medical coverage, for which I have set the medical target. I'll come that to later. After that, we have the risk. After that, I have the risk classification. So which explains the emergency red flags. So if there is a red flag, it goes straight to the fixed or safe response and doesn't answer. After that, the most important is the medication guardrail. Right now, what I have built for this model is that I have set a medication guardrail. We should not answer any medication because currently I don't have any expertise in any of the domain. So I have just set a medication guardrail that no medication should be answered, and any other query we can answer, which is not risky, which has not been mapped risky. After that, I have the sufficiency check. So like if the query is not risky and it is not asking for any medications, it just goes to the sufficiency check. If we have the required age, the symptoms, and the duration for which the person is having that. After that, the LM because all after that the LLM is gated. So whatever this architecture is, it sits on top of my LLM, and before the query goes to the LLM, it passes through my architecture. So there is so there is the LLM guardrail also. So the LLM's compute doesn't get wasted. And also I have made an audit trail for all the queries. What was the decision made by my architecture, so that in case in future if there is any issue, we can always check that. And it matters because the LLM hallucinates sometimes. So we have to make sure that the model doesn't hallucinate in such cases, especially cases like law, finance, or healthcare, where like each output given by the LLM can have a very large impact on the person who is making the query. So this is that. In the next video, I'll explain the architecture completely in detail. Uh, Thanks.